Good morning, peace upon you all, by the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. How are you girls? I hope you are all okay. Today is Wednesday, 10th of February 2021, 28th of Jamad al-Akhir, 1442. Today inshallah we are going to take and continue the text that we have started yesterday. You are going to open your pupil's book, page 45 plus workbook page 29. Okay, we have very important outcomes that we are going to accomplish today. We are going to recall the main ideas of the text, and then we are going to answer the given questions in the pupil's book and the workbook. Okay, now as we talked yesterday about the text was about health watch. We had 3 articles, A, B and C. The first one was about seasick on dry land. You know that the seasick, we mentioned this yesterday, that the seasick normally or usually people they had it at sea, but we have this lady, her name is Mrs. John Hutton. This lady, she had the seasick on dry land while she was moving in cars or something. She feels okay. She was the opposite of others. She was unusual. Her illness was unusual. Why? Because she felt seasick when she stays or sit in one place for a long time. But this lady, she was feeling, look at this one, she was feeling okay because when she is moving in a car, boat or aeroplane, she felt okay. But if she stays in one place, she will have this seasick. Okay, this is the unusual illness of Mrs. Jane Hutton. Okay, now what did she do? She created a website and she the website and gave information about her illness, and she wants people to know about her sickness or her illness, and she said that maybe perhaps later doctors will find a cure to her illness. Okay, number 2, we have article number 2, B, stay at home. We said that this article or this title about stomach virus. This virus is called norovirus, and this will cause stomachache. Okay, we have some symptoms of this norovirus. We have high temperature and cause pain in your arms and legs, and cause also pain in your stomach. Okay, doctors told patients that they have to stay at home for 2 days after illness has gone at least. Okay, Professor Steve said and recommend that patients should drink lots of water, take paracetamol and drink lots of water. He also said that it's very important to wash your hands. This is what is happening to us with corona today. Okay, of course regularly, you have to wash your hands regularly. The Health Protection Agency has said that this year there are twice. They said at that year in 2010 it was like doubled. The number of people who had this norovirus is maybe also increasing. Okay, and there are between 600,000 and 1 million cases of norovirus in the UK each year. Okay, that was in 2010 because the article was written in 2010. While article C, it was about letter of the week. It was from Sarah Johnson. She asked Dr. Lucy Smith about she had a cold and her mom, she took a medicine but she didn't it doesn't do anything with her, so her mom told her that she should have chicken soup. Okay, and she's asking the doctor, is the chicken soup helps her, or is it good for her? Of course, Dr. Lucy said that the chicken soup, one of the, they call it they call it old wives remedies. Okay, and she said the scientists mentioned, and they discovered that this cure or this remedy is very helpful, and it's a great cure for a cold. and all kinds of hot soup can help and to get rid of the of sore throat, okay? And hot soup also helps to kill viruses quickly. So she advised her to listen to her mom and have this chicken soup, okay? Now I'm going to go to exam success. Look at this one. You are going to do matching activity for this reading text. In this type of activity, you say which text or part of a text contains a specific piece of information. What do you think is a good way to do this type of exercise? We are going to move to page 151. This is very important to you when you have, when you want, or you have exam, or you have a text or reading passage. You are going to choose or look for the specific information that is requested in the question, okay, or in the sentence. Stay with me. We are going to move to 151, okay? Now look at page 151 here. I'm going to read this one, okay? Now, reading, matching activities. In this type of activity, you have to say which text or part of a text contains a specific piece of information, okay? Step number 1. Read all the text or parts of the text quickly to get general understanding. Yes, when you have a reading text in the exam, you don't have all the time. So what are you going to do? You are going to read the text or part of the text quickly to have or to get general idea about the text. It's about what? Step 2. Read the pieces of information that you need to find, okay? Look for keywords. These keywords, they are inside the sentence that you are going to figure out where is this. So you are going to look at the keywords, okay? Then these keywords, they will help you to find the text or part of the text which contains the information that you need or the information needed in the sentence or in the text, in the question. Step 3. Read the specific text or part of the text again in more details. Now you found the text or parts of the text by the keywords. Now you are going to read it in detail, okay? Or be more specific in reading. Number 4, if you are not sure that you have found the correct answer, read other sections again in more detail. If you felt that this part of the answer or the text is not the correct answer, again read other sections again in more detail. Focus more, okay? Now, number 5, the last one, when you finish, check that you have an answer for each question, okay? Never leave answers blank in an exam, never. So, like when you finish, check that you have an answer for each question. Don't leave anything empty, okay? Never leave answers blank in any exam. Don't leave any any question in the exam blank or empty. Fill it, okay? Maybe it's correct. You don't know. Deal? Now let's return to pupil's book, your book, page 45. Again, we are going to do the next exercise. Stay with me, please. Now, look here. Question 3. Which article, number 1, talks about an old traditional cure for an illness? Which one? Do you remember when we talked about old wives' remedies? Which one? Which article, of course? Question number 3. Okay. Number 1, I think it's article C, if you remember. It's about old wives' remedies, or when the doctor told Sarah that she has to listen to her mom's words, okay, or her mom's advice, okay. Number 2, recommends taking a type of drug. Which one? Remember the doctors who recommended to take paracetamol? It's what? It's article B. Look at them. Article B. Number 3, mentions one person with problems at work. Which one? Do you remember the lady who had an unusual illness? She felt okay when she's moving in a boat, in an airplane, on a car, but while she while she sits on her computer, she has what? The sick. So it's what? It's article number A. Okay, now number A. Number 4 mentions a recent discovery in the world of medicine. Which one? Do you remember when they said that the scientists discovered or figured or found that the soup chicken is a great cure for cold? Okay, it means what? It's article number C, if you remember. Question 5 talks about the usual number of people who suffer a specific illness. Do you remember the number of 600,000 and 1 million people who cases of norovirus in the UK? Do you remember this one? It's article number B. Number 5, B. Number 6. Number 6 talks about an unusual illness. Who's this? It was, if you remember, Mrs. Jane Houghton. So it's A, article A. Number 7 gives information to help one person. Gives information to help one person. Which one? If you remember, when the girl asked the doctor about the chicken soup. What do you think? Gives information to help one person. It's what? It's, of course, article C. When she told her that, listen to your mom's word, okay? Or listen to your mom. Number 8 mentions personal hygiene. What is it? Remember when we said that we have to wash your hand regularly? Which one? It's article number B, okay? Deal? Now, let's move to number 4. Match the underlined words in the text with their definition. Number 1. Something that stops a pain or illness. Which is what? Which is what? Number 4. It's cure. It is cure. Okay? Number 2. Take away or stop something bad. Which is what? Get rid of. Okay? Get rid of. Number 3. Felt normal or good again after an illness, which is the word recovered. Recovered. It was an article. Now, let's continue. Number 4. Number 4. A way of curing an illness. We said it's remedy. It is remedy. Okay, number 5. Frequently, as we said, we wash our hands. We wash our hands regularly. Number 6, 2 times more or double the quantity. As we mentioned here in article number B, there are between 600,000 and 1 million cases of norovirus in the UK. If you remember, the word twice as many. Twice as many. Okay, it's in line 2. Number 7, the last one, let or got back to the land, which is got off. Okay, now stay with me. I'm going to move to the workbook, page 29. Stay with me, please, okay? Now, hello again. Please bring your workbook, please, and open them on page 29. Write the date and the day up. We're going to work on this page. It's reading. Read this newspaper article and choose the best title, okay? After we finish reading, we're going to know what is it about. Then we're going to answer this question. The question says, read this newspaper article and choose the best title for it. Number 1, the woman who stopped speaking. 2, that isn't me, is it? 3, why accents are not important. Okay? Now, as you can see, this is a picture of a doctor. He's holding, like an x-ray maybe for brain. Okay? They are doctors, maybe they are talking about something or discussing something. We are going to talk about a lady. Her name is Linda Walker. Okay? What's wrong with her? We are going to know what happened with her, okay? Now, Linda Walker is a 60 years old woman. From where? From Newcastle, okay? She has recently had a stroke. You know stroke, what does it mean? In Arabic means سكتة دماغية, okay? A stroke in English, it's what? It's a medical problem where blood suddenly cannot get to the brain. The blood cannot get to the brain, okay? Suddenly. Deal? Often a stroke can stop people from speaking, okay? Or from moving. Stop people from speaking or moving, okay? In the case of Linda Walker, it has caused something very unusual to this lady. What happened to her? Look, before Linda spoke with a typical Newcastle accent because she's from Newcastle, okay? That's normal, we are here, okay? That's normal because she has always lived in Newcastle, okay? But now her accent is a mixture of what? Jamaican, Italian, and Slovakian, okay? And Slovakian again. But now her accent is a mixture of Jamaican, Italian, and Slovakian, okay? This is the problem. It appears that Linda has foreign accent syndrome. You know syndrome معناها متلازمة. Foreign accent syndrome. هلا patients speak differently after a problem like a stroke. This is the syndrome that she is having, this lady. The foreign accent syndrome. What is it? Patients speak differently after a problem like a stroke, okay? They first discovered this medical problem when in 1941. Look at this one, in 1941. But it isn't very common. It's not very known. Linda hates what has happened to her. She doesn't like this. Why? Because she says she now feels like a different person. She's not the old Linda, okay? My sister-in-law says, she's talking here. My sister-in-law says that I speak with an Italian accent. You know accent, what does it mean? لهجة أو لكنة. Then my brother says my accent is Slovakian. I spoke to him on the phone and he said, stop playing with me. Talk normally. Now someone has just told me that I sound Jamaican. I've never been to Jamaica. I don't know how to explain it, she said. Everyone hears me differently. Imagine. Okay? Everyone hears me differently. At first, I had no idea that I had this problem. I didn't know. From the beginning, I didn't know. Then my doctor played a recording of me talking. I couldn't believe it. This is me? Oh. Linda said, I've lost my identity. You know what does mean identity? We took it in the first semester. I lost my identity because I never talked like this before. Yes, she doesn't know who is she, okay? I am very different person and it's strange and I don't like it. Okay? Strange, it means weird. She does not like this way or her situation or her case, sorry. Okay? Is it possible for Linda Walker to go back to her original accent? Is it possible for her to go back to her original accent, the Newcastle one? Okay? It isn't going to be easy, but she is having lessons to see if one day she can speak like the old Linda. What is she doing now? She is taking, or she's having lessons to see if one day she can talk or speak like the old Linda. Okay? Now, let's move to the questions. Number 2, question 2. Before we move, what do you think the answer of the question number 1 as we read the text? Do you think the woman had stopped speaking? No, she didn't stop speaking. Do you think it is that isn't me, is it? Or 3, why accents are not important? Do you think the text about the accents, or are they important or not? No. I think the most suitable answer is not which one is number 2. Okay, you are going to choose number 2. You are going to circle number 2, which is you are going to write or circle that. Okay, isn't me. Is it? And question mark. Okay? Circle, please. Circle it. I'm going to write here workbook. Page 29. Okay? Now, let us move to question number 2. Read the text again and complete the sentence. Number A, a stroke is when what? We said when blood suddenly stop or cannot get to the where? To the brain. You are going to write it with me here. Or I'm going to take 1 minute to write it down, then return back to you. Number 2, we have a space then. Patients can suffer from foreign accent syndrome, but it is not very common. So we're going to write what? Look at the text here. Look here after, where is it? Here. After a problem like a stroke, look at this one here, we're going to write it down. After a problem like a stroke, what happened? Patients can suffer from foreign accent syndrome, but it's not very common. Stay with me. Now, question number 3. Different people say that Linda speaks with, if you remember, an Italian accent, Jamaican accent, and Slovakian accent. I'm going to take 1 second to write them on the board, then return back to you. Okay? Question number 4. Number 4. It's very unusual that Linda speaks with a Jamaican accent. Because why? Because she has never been to Jamaica. She's never been to Jamaica. Okay? Because she's never been to Jamaica. Deal? Now, I'm going to take 1 second to clean the board and return back to you. Now, question number 5. Linda that she was speaking differently at first. What? Yes, of course, she had no idea here. She had no idea. She had no idea that what? That she was speaking differently at first. Number 6. Linda couldn't believe it when what? Remember her doctor, what did he do? Her doctor played a recording of her talking. I'm going to write down because it's a long sentence and return back to you, okay? 7. Linda isn't happy because she... Why? If you remember, she said that she has lost her identity. She doesn't know who she became to, okay? No, so we're going to write, she has lost her identity and she became now a different person. She has lost her identity, okay? Identity and what? And became a different, and she is now a different person. Okay? Now let's move to number 8. Linda is having lessons because she wants to speak like the old Linda, if you remember. She wants to speak, okay, like the old Linda. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop now to 1 second to clean the board and return back to you, okay? Stay with me. Now, let's move to question 3, the last question. Now, find words in the text which have similar meanings to these explanations. Number 1, the way that people from an area pronounce words from paragraph 1. Which one? What do you think? Question 3. Okay, number 1. I think it's what? Yes, excellent. Accent. Remember the word accent? Yes. Number 2. 2 or more things mixed together. Paragraph 1 also. It's what? It's, if you remember, mixture of the Italian accent, Jamaican and Slovakian. Now we are going to write mixture. Okay? Number 3. When you copy somebody's voice, for example, on a CD, in paragraph 2, it's what? It's, if you remember, yes, excellent, recording. Recording. Okay, number 4. First, the one that existed at the beginning, which is what? The word in paragraph 3, yes, her original accent. Yes, the word original. Okay, the word original. I think we have finished for today. Thank you very much for being with me. We accomplished the most important outcomes. We recalled the main ideas of the text, and we answered the given questions in the pupil's book and in the workbook. Thank you very much for being with me. May Allah bless you and your parents. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Goodbye.